Thomas, Letitia Perez, and Wayne Kress.
And my turn.
That's what happens when you go last. There's nothing left to say. But I do want to say one thing. We started this process a year ago, and we dealt with Tom Burke, the CFO of the district. We had several discussions, going back even farther. When Prop 39 passed in 2000, Current Tax brought Tom Burke and Jim Varley onto our board so we would learn more about schools and about bonds. But when the first draft came out, oil was 95 bucks. The district was asking for $631 million with probably another $500 million in interest. And I go, Tom, this isn't going to work. And Tom got out and with his consultants sharpened the pencils, and before we knew it, oil was at $55. And now it's at $35. So how you come up with a plan that works, I think the only reason that we're here is that Tom was able to come up with a model that is really, I mean, you're going from $1 billion bond basically to a bond with interest that's going to be less than $550 million. But if you look back at how bonds are structured, when it was $630 million and 45% of it was interest, you were probably only going to get $330 million worth of projects. You now have a $503 million bond that's got about less than $40,000 in interest, so you're going to have $460 million of projects. And that's Tom answered the call, and we were shocked when he came back with the plan, and there was no 30-year mortgage with all this interest, and he came back with, well, we can structure our things, and we'll do 5-year bonds, and we'll do 5 of them in a row, and we'll match the projects with the financing. Pay as you go, as we call it in taxpayer land. There isn't a bond like this in the history of California. And if the people don't appreciate that you're getting turn the lights out, it's time to go on. 92% of your payments over the years will go to bricks and mortar. 92%. That's amazing. And that's not being discussed enough. This is the best return on investment taxpayers and school bonds have ever had in the state of California. And I have to, my friend Tom, I've known him since the early 90s. We did Couples Against Cancer together way back then. He's a great guy, and he answered the call. And one last statement. So people talk about going to BC. My mother graduated from Porterville College in 1945 before she went to UCLA. So we have affinity for the district. So good luck.